figure out what that problem was.
No kidding. 10 minutes after the hour, Colonel Jeffery Powers proudly defended our nation's flag for 26 years and watched his fellow Marines die for that flag. He joins us live to explain why President Trump didn't go far enough in his criticism of those on the field in the NFL who are taking a knee.
And New York and friends, first on September 11th, 2016, Marine Corps Colonel Jeffery Powers was so outraged by the anthem protests that he wrote a letter to the NFL commissioner.
Well, it reads in part, many friends, Marines and Special Forces soldiers who worked with or for me through the years returned home with the American flag draped over their coffins. Now I watch multi-millionaire athletes who never did anything in their lives but play a game, disrespect what brave Americans fought and died for.
Well, Colonel Powers joins us now with his reaction to the protest this weekend. Thank you, first of all, for your service, and secondly, for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So what is your response? I mean, I was shocked Monday Night Football to see all of America's team kneeling before. They kneeled before the anthem, but nevertheless they kneeled. But then you saw across the field, arm in arm with the military. What do you think about what's going on right now?
Well, across the league, I was disgusted with what I saw all weekend. Okay, Dallas is doing it before the anthem. I guess that's a little better, but this display we saw over the weekend with the New York Giants, the team I grew up with, 50-something years, I was a fan of the New York Giants. And I put it in the letter, this guy, Garrett Mongrella, one of my sergeants over in Desert Storm. We used to talk about the Giants, and we used to talk about some of the other teams. It was kind of a unifying thing to be able to talk about football amongst the troops. And it didn't matter whether they were black, white, brown, yellow. It did not matter. They were unified. They were all green. But that was kind of a unifying thing. But Garrett Mongrella was a New York Giants fan, and you know, we were tracking the season during Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and New York Giants ended up going to the Super Bowl and winning. Well, he never got to see the game because he came back in a body bag in a casket with American flag draped over. And I see this stuff this weekend, and I'll tell you, President Trump was right on the money. Maybe he was a little soft on it. Yeah. The people I hang out with, the people I know, would have used a lot harsher words than the president used on
and it's got to be infuriating from somebody from your perspective, and we can completely understand that. I just want to ask you, as far as a forum for this, so you have people that have taken issue with police brutality and the issue of police and how African Americans are dealt with by the police in this country. What the hell does that have to do with the American flag and with the national anthem? I mean, that's what I think a lot of people are so confused about. Why? Where is that connection? And why is it that these players have no problem letting police officers protect? Why is it that these players have no problem letting police officers protect them, have no problem letting police officers secure them and use them as bodyguards and other things like that?
Stand behind them on the field.
Exactly, and protect them, and probably also half these guys probably hire off-duty cops to protect them in their personal lives too. They can do that, but they have a problem with standing for the national anthem?
Exactly, but it's all about this look at me generation, and Hollywood and ball players. They're so special. It's all about look at me. That started last year with somebody who wasn't doing too well, for one thing, and wanted to draw the attention on himself. And by doing so, he's drawing attention as a distraction away from his own team. So I guess teamwork and team unity and all that stuff isn't important.
Yeah.
So this is what the kids across the country are watching. Oh, it's okay to be an individual out there on a team, you know. Why go into team sports if you're going to do your own thing out there anyway? Yeah. You see the silly antics in the end zones, the dances and salsas, and I mean,
there's no I in team. You're right.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for coming on today. We really do appreciate it, and we can certainly understand your perspective on this from what you've been through. Thank you very much for your service, and thanks for your time.
Thanks, Colonel Powers. We appreciate it.
And it also goes with the cops, too. These guys are out there every day under
Every
fire.
Risking their lives.
Yeah, not knowing if they're going to be going home.
All right, well, we got a hard
you.
break coming up, but thank you again, sir, very much.
Okay, thank you.
19 minutes after the hour, NFL players say they have every right to protest. Well, so do the fans.